For what? All right.
There we go.
Humble Alpha Paradigm Upgrade Advisory Program on the airways once again with your advisors, Lane and Steven.
Boom.
Today we're going to talk to look, check it out. So Lane and I were talking yesterday, and as you know, we have the Humble Alpha Paradigm Upgrade Advisory Program where we help individuals, typically business owners and leaders, achieve full life integration, meaning you're not good at one thing and not good at the other, or you're not thriving at one thing and not thriving at the other. You're thriving at everything. And it's not an overstatement when we say the results of our 3-month program are profound. And people ask us all the time, why 3 months? Like everyone else has a year program, a 6-month program, and it's $100,000 and all this kind of stuff. And that's because we know through our experience, Lane, as you all know, the Special Forces Green Beret, high performance mindset, force multiplication expert, among other things, and myself as a business turnaround guy, we know what's inside of you already because everyone has it. But the issue is we don't have to tell you how to do something. We just simply need to show a few small little changes and then help you see those changes and plot your trajectory with you. And we're going to unleash what's already inside of you. And what that means is we don't need more than 3 months. So in 3 months, you're going to be standing there going, I can't believe I had all this in me, and I can't even fathom that I would have been here. So that's what we're talking about. But people ask us, like, why are you guys doing these lives?
Yeah, and I was wondering why we're doing it too. Like, and for the the thing is, like, Steven and I were really intuitive with how we move forward, and a lot of times it doesn't make sense logically because we're very intuitive. We're like, hey, let's take imperfect action. We know this is what we need to do, and neither one of us have no idea why, and that's why things have just unfolded in a really beautiful, powerful way. Like getting our book into a college university like nobody has that path. Like nobody thinks I'm going to write a book and then I'm going to get into a college, right? Like we didn't have that idea. We just followed the path, and I know Steven and I both know that there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of can feel lonely paving your own path as a pioneer. You're following the beat of your own drum. You're not allowing other people to dictate your journey. You are inspired by other people, but you don't allow people to tell you who you are. You don't allow people to tell you what you need to do. Like you are very grounded in what your next step is. Like you'll hear 5 different people that have 5 different marketing plans, and you're like, nope. And then you're like, oh, there's something about that one, and it's different, it's unconventional, or it just fits exactly what you need, and you need it, right? And so by being, guiding yourself that way can feel lonely. It can feel like when you're going into the next level of what you're doing, you're like, man, I don't know anybody doing this kind of stuff. Or I don't know anybody like going through what I'm going through. Like a lot, I get other people going through this, they're going through that, but not this. And so we know exactly how you feel. And that's exactly what we help bring out during this program. And
yeah. And Chris Gunn saying, what happens after the 90 days? Well, that's up to you, but you have all the tools and the ability that you need, and you recognize in yourself the ability that you need to crush it. And when I say crush it, that's just, an idiom. Basically, what you're going to know is that instead of believing that you're going to reach your goals, instead of believing that you're going to make it, you're going to know you're going to make it. You're going to embody that knowing. You're going to embody who you are as an individual. And that's going to radiate out into your world, creating certainty like you've never experienced before. And certainty is key because then you can do what Lane and I is talking about right now is you don't have to worry about how you're going to get to where you're going to go because you're certain you're going to get there. And that's enough. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to see the opportunities and luck and coincidence that happens in your life. Because when your head's down to the grindstone and you're like hustling, grinding, you don't see all this stuff out here. Opportunities, new people, doors that are opening, right? That's the way we live, and that's what happens after 90 days, brother. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Hey, Leaf, how you doing?
Yeah, and to add just a little bit to that is like,
sure.
Our point isn't to have followers. Our point is to bring out the greatness in other people as fast as possible, or as fast as they want to move and take imperfect action. And once they've allowed that spark to turn into like this big flame of just like certainty, greatness, kindness, goodness, creation, and you're just off in the world and co-creating with us, without us. You'll find other collaboration partners or whatever is on your path, but we help bring it out. So that way it's not about, us holding your hand and being the leader, or, it's like, no, we're empowering you. And as soon as we get to that point, and it's about 3 months, then it's just like, boom, like there's no like need to continue advising and coaching on a consistent basis. Doesn't mean that you're not going to be guided or things aren't going to happen with, if Stephen and I, it could turn into something else. Like it's already happened in a couple different ways, but it's about like bringing that out. So that way you're just crushing it. And if you want to continue to co-create, partner up or whatever, like that's what, if the moment calls for it, then boom.
Yeah. And in the end, I mean, the results, what happens after 90 days, besides that, like you have clarity of who you are and exactly what you want in life. You live an incredibly happy life where everyone seems to sort of step up and help you every step of the way. And of course, you attract others at that frequency, at that vibration, at that vibe, whatever you want to call it. And that makes life enjoyable, which basically is what we're talking about, quality of life, right? And also when you're going to realize that when you're authentic to yourself, you're going to start you're going to start bonding and finding authentic connections, significance in life, and then true happiness. Scarcity mindset is going to turn into an abundance mindset, and you'll be able to give value in the exact moment when the moment calls for it. We love saying that, when the moment calls for it, because that's what the moment always calls for, whatever you're doing when it comes from your intuition, from your true self. And we talk about showing up wholly and fully for whatever comes, right? You have no agenda. Like we said, we don't know the how, so we don't have an agenda. We're not trying to like plan anything. We have targets and goals, of course, but we're simply there to provide value, to elevate others without expectation, focusing on the only thing that we really control in our lives. And the only thing that we really control in our lives going into the future is our intention. So that's just a small taste of what we're going to talk about and how we're going to get you from A to B. Now, okay, Chris says, please describe what an ideal candidate is for the 90-day program should embody. Awesome, Chris. Go ahead, Lane. You want to do your side of it? So I'm the business and business mindset. Lane is the high performance mindset and into the spiritual realm, where we bring them all together as one across the board. So Lane, go ahead and.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's two different things happening at the same time. More of demographic and psychographic.
Yeah.
Demographic is some kind of business owner, founder, CEO, business executive, somebody that's that has this position to where they're a leader. But there's a way for them to get to the next level of leadership. And then on the psychographic, it's like somebody who is ready to expand in something that is unknown to them, that they've crushed the conventional successes in life. They've got the revenue, they got the successes, the accolades, the accomplishments, the titles, the relationships are pretty good, but they know that there's something more, to where like, I can't even describe it, but I know that this can't be the best that I can have. That there's something that's within me that is not at peace. That I know that I want to find this like beautiful balance of crushing it, success, and having that inner peace at the same time, to where I don't feel like I need to set a bodacious goal to feel fulfilled. That I'm already fulfilled today. And I'm still going to set goals. I'm still going to set benchmarks, milestones. So that's the kind of person that is perfect for this kind of.
Right. And then on this side, on the structural side of it, like with the people that I work out, the things that I hear is more money, less work, working on the business, not in the business, more hedonic calendaring, like more free time to do things with the family and catch up on the world that they left behind when they became successful. And integrating what Lane said and what I just said into one life, as one person, as one identity. Exactly. Full integration, where you'll fulfill every day. Like you'll be sitting there drinking a cup of coffee and you'll be like, man, this coffee is amazing. I'm so grateful for this coffee. And we're not talking about woo diamonds on the forehead and meditating all day. We're not talking about that. We're talking about full life integration, where everything you do seems to have meaning and purpose, because you give it that meaning and purpose, because you're headed somewhere, because you're certain that you're living your life on freaking purpose. People say to us all the time, you guys get to travel everywhere. I'm looking at, every time I look online, you guys are traveling somewhere. You're doing some plant medicine. You're having a journey or whatever. You guys are living a dream. Like, no, we're just living on purpose. And it doesn't have to be hard. Life doesn't have to be hard. I'm not saying it doesn't have to be challenging, because we need the challenge. We need variety in life. It's one of the 6 essential human needs, right? So, I could go off on this, because it's just. The results that we get are just ridiculous. I mean, when you see clients with tears in their eyes, that are just so grateful they don't even know how to put it into words, because a lot of what the outcome is of everything that we do is it's hard to put into words, because it's a feeling, it's a being, it's a sense of being, a sense of completeness and certainty in life like you've never felt before.
Yeah. And, it's like, this is a way to play the game of life, mixing life, relationships, business, success. And this is it's a way of living that Stephen and I, we could just keep on moving, and I think that to answer the question, why are we doing this, is because we know how beautiful and powerful this way of life is, to be able to have full integration, to be able to dance with life and success, revenue, performance, relationships, good times, quality of life, like putting all that stuff together into a fully integrated way forward is, it can be a task. But once we've lived it, we're continuously living it. And the reason, from my side, and I think Stephen would agree, is that it's a great way to move forward, and having other people that are co-creating business leadership paradigm, businesses, products, movements, efforts, whatever it is, that if we have a similar frequency, a similar mentality, I mean, it's a good thing to bring into the world. And so that's why we're bringing this thing in, and intentionally putting it out there, because we know that there's a lot of people looking for this kind of stuff. There's a new way to do business. There's a new way to live life, new way to play the game of life. And we're wanting to bring that out. And I know that people are looking for it, and we have at least part of the answer, because we're continuously evolving and continuously, co-creating ourselves, our business, our clients, and just taking imperfect action and moving forward. But that's
right.
That's the nature of it.
Yeah. So I have two questions from Chris again. What do you think the practice of Tai Chi as a spiritual and energy development? I think if that's what you're called to, that's great. And the same thing is, how important is knowledge of your energy levels for business success? Again, if that's something that you're called to and you're drawn to, that's great. Some people call it energy. Some people call it a vibe. Some people call it frequency. We call it certainty. And certainty, it all emerges and converges into one. Is that certainty is your energy, because when you speak, you're speaking in energy. You're speaking with clarity. You're speaking with a higher frequency that gives people that feeling, well, this person knows what they're talking about. Like they're solid. Not only do they know what they're talking about, they believe and embody what they're talking about. And you can't do that without having the frequency, energy, or vibe that goes with those words. So yeah, it's important. Whether you know it or not I don't think it's key. I think when you integrate it into your life, and when you integrate it into everything that you do intrinsically and intuitively, then you're on point.
100%.
All right. Thanks, Chris, for the great questions. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We now have a Warrior Council meeting. Warrior Council is for our Vetpreneur tribe. We have a veteran tribe of 15,000 veteran entrepreneurs, and every Thursday we have a Warrior Council. Those are the guys that actually want to take it serious and want to crush their business and want to collaborate, elevate, and support each other. So we meet once a week, and we do just that. So signing off, adieu. And if you're interested in hearing more about the Humble Alpha Paradigm Upgrade Program, reach out to Marcus at humblealpha.com. It's in the description. Marcus with a C, Marcus at humblealpha.com, and he'll fill you in, set you up, and whatever you need, and we can make it happen. Sound like a plan?
Stan.
All right, that's my dad's name. All right. Who you know.
I do.
All right. All right, everybody. Let's have a fantastic one. Remember the one thing that we always say, it's all about
quality of life.
See you next time.